I'm Simon Shapiro, and this is SingOut, SpeakOut. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of my brand new show, SingOut, SpeakOut. So excited, and I can't think of a better way to hit a new year and a new decade than to launch this ship of ideas. But before I get into the topic of today's show, a couple of things to explain. Firstly, who is Simon Shapiro, the guy who's talking to you, and what is SingOut, SpeakOut, the show you've tuned into? Well, I've been in the music business for many, many years, and I've also worn a lot of different hats. Not just as a singer-songwriter on stage or in the studio, but also I've done jobs side of stage, back of stage, in front of the stage, nowhere near the stage in an office. Many different roles I've played inside the music industry. But my primary activity has been as a performer and a music maker. And in that regard, I've been really fortunate to work with some amazingly talented people, some that you would know and some that you wouldn't. I've worked with some of the biggest stars from the 80s and 90s and Grammy award-winning producers, and then also other artists who are of equal value in my opinion, but you just haven't heard of them because they haven't broken through yet, or maybe what they do isn't so mainstream. And I don't say any of that to big note myself. I just want you to know that that's where I'm coming from, and I'll be drawing from that type of experience when I talk to you and sing to you here. So what is Sing Out, Speak Out? Well, apart from my music life, I've also been a creative writer for pretty much the same amount of time. I've been writing books and short stories and poems and a lot of philosophy. I studied philosophy, and I have reams and reams of papers of all these ideas. And I just wanted to put the two together, my songwriting and my creative writing. So what I'm going to do for you here is basically share an idea. It could be something I've been thinking about for 20 years. It might be my idea of the week, something that's just come to me today and I need to share it with you. And I'm going to sing you a song that relates to it. You know, they're not going to be pigeon pair type things. On occasion that may occur, that the song, you know, has similar lyrics to the things that I speak about, and other times it may be more of a loose connection. I don't want to have any rules here other than I want to be honest, I want to be open. I want to share more, give more, contribute more of myself. So let's get to the first episode. It's titled Between the Noise, which is the title of my very first album that I released a number of years ago. People have asked me what that means, and to be honest, that's grown for me over time. Now, you've all heard the expression to read between the lines, no doubt. When you see something written down or somebody says something to you, and your job is to find out what is actually being said. What do they mean by these words? Well, to hear between the noise is kind of similar, but it's more about what about all the sounds and the movement around us? What does that all mean? And what's in between all of that? So what I've found, what I believe, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, is that life has gotten noisier and noisier, especially in recent times. You know, there's always the constant notifications of the mobile phone. It's pinging at you to let you know about a social media post or your next dentist appointment, or, you know, when you've got to get up and go to work, you know. And then if it's not your phone, then in the minutes in between, it's your partner's phone pinging at them about some social media post that they should be looking at, or their next dentist appointment. And if it's not them, it's your kid's phone, or the person next to you at work, or the person next to you on your commute to work. And then there's the daily memes and news stories that we have to look at, or otherwise when we stand around the water cooler, we're the only one who doesn't know what's going on. And what about the latest series on Netflix that if you haven't seen at least 3 episodes this week, when you catch up with your friends on the weekend, you're going to be the only person who is completely out of the loop. So what we've done is we've found a way to just increase the noise in our lives and fill up every space. And now some of these noises are important. Some of these are messages we should be listening to. And I'm not here to actually judge the meaning or the importance of any of those noises. But what I am saying is that all of those noises are external. They're all from the outside world. And when we allow that voice to be the biggest voice, and even worse, if we allow that to be the only voice that we hear, then what we're doing is we are reducing the ability, in fact, we are reducing the time and the space on our awareness screen for the voice that we should be listening to, and that's the voice within. And in my opinion, that is a modern tragedy. Now, I'm guilty of this, and I don't say that to shame myself or to judge anyone else who has also allowed that voice to be smothered. I just want to acknowledge it. And all I want to say is that for me, I'm making a promise to myself from today to find 20 minutes, and for me that's going to be before I go to sleep, to just sit in my own silence and have no need to put anything in there for now. I just want to open the conversation again with my inner voice. Now, if that's something that you choose to do as well, or it's something that you're already doing, I would love to hear from you to find out what your experience is and what you're discovering. Now I'd like to sing you a song, and the song I'm going to sing is City Talks, which is where that expression, to hear between the noise, came from. It's a song I wrote a while back and recorded on my first album. Every city has a voice. Can you hear between the noise? Echo through the subway, whisper on a platform, rattle of the slow train, ringing as the bell tolls, buzzing out the cell phones, all whirling in my ears. This city talks, sometimes it sings a song for every soul who's ever lived within. This city talks, sometimes it screams, and this time is it making, or is it breaking dreams? Beeping out the block cars, music from the street bars, all swirling in the air, preaching on a soapbox, begging at the bus stops. I'm standing on the corner. This city talks, sometimes it sings the joys of victory, the sorrows of our sins. This city talks, sometimes it screams, and this time is it making, or is it breaking dreams? Is it breaking dreams? Every city has a voice. Is it laughing in your face, or crying in your ear? Can you hear between the noise? The message is loud and clear. Every city has a voice. Can you hear between the noise? This city talks, sometimes it says the pleasure of love made, the pain of life's unlived. This city talks, sometimes it screams, and this time is it making, or is it breaking dreams? Is it breaking dreams? Echo through a subway, whisper on a platform, rattle of a slow train.
To all reluctant acrobats, pushovers and front door mats, searching